Hi Birgit. This is a very simple way of trying to achieve what it is I think you want to do. So first of all, I'm just going to make a simple shape like this. Now, in order to turn it into a applique, go to the fill and use the drop down and turn it into applique. Now you'll see that you have this part here is for the offset, in case you wanted to offset the outline, but you won't need to. The fabric trim is where you will do the trimming during embroidery, or you have other options after embroidery, pre-cut if you have a cutting machine, as in the artistic edge, but usually you just leave it on during embroidery. Now, the fix stitches are for the very last step, which is normally done in satin serial, and for this tutorial I'm going to leave it as fix satin. Okay, right, so then now what you can do is you come down to the outline. Now you have satin serial, you've got the outline width which can be changed, so I'm just going to change that to 2.0. I have mine set in millimeters. If you wanted to put it in inches, then you can put 2.0 mm and it will automatically convert that into inches for you. So I'm going to apply that just by pressing the enter key on the keyboard. Now if you come to pattern and click on there, you will see there are lots of different patterns which can be applied to the satin serial, except, for example, if I do curves, then you don't see any change. I'll zoom in. It's just a satin serial, because that is the nature of the finishing stitch for an applique. So let's zoom back out again. Right. However, if you change the satin serial to running, then your outline width will stay the same. Now on the stitches, if you click in the box, you can select a variety of stitches. I'm just going to choose, I don't know, let's say number 20. So I'm going to change that. Now can you see on the outer edge, I'm going to just deselect so you can see better. Helps if I do that one. Right, so now I've just deselected the object, so there's nothing in the way now. And if I zoom in, you can see that the running stitch has been applied to the outer edge of the applique. Come back in again. Let's move this better down into the centre there. Okay, so when we select it, you can change the stitch. So just bearing in mind what it looks like at the moment, I'm now going to change it to, let's have a see. We'll have number 54. Alright, now I'm going to zoom in again. Now you can see the outer stitch has changed to 54, which is the one that I selected. Now if we go to slow redraw, and I'm going to speed it up a little bit because it's not it's not always conducive to quick working when you're such low speed. Okay, so I'm going to put it on 4000, and then If you watch very carefully, watch the cursor, because as it goes round for the placement stitch, then it'll just stop. Then it'll go around again, which is the tack down stitch. And then finally it will do the running stitch with the stitch pattern applied. So I'll try and just say stop when it gets there. Stop. Stop. Now it starts to do the outer stitching, which I think is what you are wanting to do. There are many choices. Some might look better than others, of course, but you'll need to make your own decisions. Again, we'll come to here. I selected number 54, but you've got a whole host of stitches here. Look, you know, you can even have letters, for example, on the outside. We do a P, and then deselect. You can see you now have a complete ring of the letter P, which I'm not sure that's the sort of thing you want to, but there are lots of different designs for the stitches. I'll look at 138. We need to zoom in a little bit for this one. You can see, look, that's quite a nice border actually for some applique. And again, you can change the outline width. If you feel that this is too wide across the stitch, you can change it. We'll make it 1.0. Right. So you do have quite a lot of options. I hope this might be helpful for you.